everyone. And in today's class, we are going to cover our lecture 6, which is mainly about speech recognition, speech technology, and there are some important elements such as speech production, human language technology, and different traditional command languages. Okay, let's jump into it, and we are going to focus on our today's class. Okay, now it has always been a dream of speaking to computers for many experts, and having computers speak has long lured researchers and visionaries, and that something has been a dream of many people. I mean, it sounds easy to say, but it's not that easy in reality. It's the whole thing is quite complex. But somehow it has been a dream of many specialists, especially those who have been focusing on that, like how can we talk to computers, how computers can talk to us. So, I mean, they have been trying their best to turn this dream into a reality. Let's see whether we have achieved that reality or not in these slides. But still, a lot of work is being done. So we have come a long way from what it used to be before. So we will see in coming slides that how things have changed in the last, say, 20 years or 30 years. Okay, let's move on to the next slide. It's about store and replay. It's kind of a museum guides. It's kind of like we're talking about that we can say something, record something, and then replay something, which is really a common thing to happen. Other than that, you may have noticed this now. The personal assistance concept has emerged in the last few years, where especially on your mobile phone devices. So it's kind of a what we call that something PDA, personal digital assistant. It's playing a big role, no doubt. A lot of people are using the technology, and it is really making a big difference as well. Okay, adaptive technology for users with disabilities. I mean, especially people who have disabilities. Different technologies are emerging for those people to use the different technologies, translation services, as you know that, especially Google Translation and other translation services, they are emerging, and they are one of the very popular apps on internet as well. Alerts are also playing an important role as well. Many times you can see alerts popping up on your computer screen, on your laptop screen, and even your phone screen as well. Speaker identification, this thing is also being worked hard on. So a lot of things are happening. It's not just that nothing is happening, but we can say a lot of things are happening, which in turn are playing important role in terms of how different things are moving on. So let's move on to next slide and see. Okay, now in terms of speech recognition, it's been a kind of a dream. Like achieving 100% accuracy is still, I will say, not possible, but we are getting there. I can say that. So it is happening. So it's not something that we can say that nothing. I mean, what it used to be 20 years ago and what it is today is a big difference. And things are changing, no doubt. Without a doubt, we can say definitely things are changing here. Okay, now speech recognition is kind of a process which is simple. It's a place for a spoken interaction, speech recognition application, designing spoken interactions, spoken prompts and commands. So they all play an important role as well. Like, I mean, let's assume if you are a native English language speaker of American descent, compared to if you are a native English speaker of Australian background. So it might be difficult sometimes to recognize the dialects, which are spoken. So it can create problems. But as I said to you, it is somehow a technology which is getting better, and hopefully in the next 5-10 years this technology could be 100% error free. Who knows what's going to happen in the next 10-20 years. So, well, we are getting there, without a doubt. Things are going in the right direction. A lot of people are working hard on it. A lot of research is being done, without a doubt. So, I mean, I mean, the way we are moving on, especially development and progress, which is being seen in computer technology, I don't think so. It's going to be like it's not going to take too long before we will see that we can achieve 100% efficiency, 100% accuracy, and 100% error free. Who knows when it's going to happen? But I guess it will happen. Yeah, it is something we can see. It is the possibility. I mean, I will say it is going to happen. Well, anyway, okay. Now, in terms of lots of technologies have been introduced, and in terms of interaction, Nuance Dragon, it's one of the technologies of speech dictation, and a head mouse as made visible by this little silver dot on his forehead, as you can see that in this picture. A computer scientist is able to overcome a temporary hand disability, so this is kind of a new technology which is being introduced. Let's see how far it goes. So as I said to you before, many specialists and technologies are being deployed, are being used to achieve and get rid of some kind of where there have been issues. Like if there's a problem, of course they try to come up with something else. Let's see if that works. If that works, then they focus on that one. They spend time and money and research is done on that one. So I would say it is kind of you know a, a, a a lot of work is definitely being done on in this area as well. So let's keep moving, and we've got speech recognition and generation opportunities where we have got users who might have physical disabilities, physical impairments, where mobility is required, when the speaker's eyes are occupied, when application domain vocabulary and tasks is limited, or when the user is unable to write or read, So a lot of things are being seen, and how they are being seen is also interesting. So in terms of that, how those opportunities can be exploited, and how can we come up with something which might might be a, let's say, kind of a success, in that term. So still, we are seeing issues in terms of speech recognition, but as I have said to you, things are moving in the right direction without a doubt, and the chances are that in the future that these things will work and will be better than what they are today. So yeah, fingers crossed. Let's see how things go on from now on, but things are looking good, So the future is bright. I'm sure many will agree with me, So I mean, of course, technologies move faster, and new developments emerge, and new things come up, and scientists and speech recognition specialists, they all are working hard on these things, which is really a good thing to see, So, well, let's continue with our slides here. Okay, now somehow we have been, as I said to you before, issues have been related to, and there have been obstacle to speech recognition. Interference from noisy environments can play a role. Poor quality microphones, they can also be a reason. Commands need to be learned and remembered. Talking is not always acceptable. Error correction can be time consuming. That's also an issue. Increased cognitive load compared to typing or pointing. So there are issues. So I mean, as I said to you, and these obstacles need to be addressed, need to be removed before we can completely say yes, we have got a system which is 100% stable, which is very accurate, and it is error free, So it is kind of a, as we started from these slides, we understood that this has always been a dream of many scientists in the last 20-25 years. That's how we can move on, how we can work with that one. And to a large extent, there has been a slow but steady progress. We can see that, it is all happening. And it's interesting to see how things are going in that direction, So like, but rest assured, I can tell you, things are moving in the right direction. Work is being done, technology is being deployed, and more new corrections are coming up, which can show us that yes, we are working on that problem, and I guess the bright future is ahead. Well, let's move on to see what's going on here. Okay, let's keep moving to our slides here. Other issues is one of the slow pace of speech output when compared to visual displays, and this is also a possibility as well. You know, ephemeral nature of speech, it could also be a problem. Not socially acceptable in public spaces. Maybe it can cause privacy issues as well. Difficulty in scanning, searching spoken messages. So it's not that easy. So like as I said to you in the beginning, that people from different backgrounds will have different dialects, different, like a delivery of their whatever language is. It might be a same language. Within one English language, if you listen to someone who is from America or someone who's from Canada or from Australia, they all will have different dialects. And those different dialects are not easy to pick up from the machine. So when the machine tries to pick up something, and especially we're talking about different messages as well. So like different kind of like slangs can be in different languages. And the way they are delivered and spoken can create confusion, can become an obstacle as well. So well, this is what it is. We have to learn to live with it. And that's what we are doing. Yeah. Well, let's keep moving here as well. Okay. Now, in the last few years, what we have also seen the emergence of voice-activated digital assistants, and it's been a success here. A lot of companies, like especially Siri, has played a big role. Since Siri was launched, a lot of work has been done in this area, and Microsoft has brought their own, Google has got their own. So I mean, it in a few years ago, I would say 10 years ago, it never was possible that you could talk to your mobile phone, but now it is. People are actually asking questions to your mobile phones, and Siri is one of the iPhone features which people use a lot. So somehow she recognizes your behavior, the way you ask questions. And now you could it is seen widely that these different voice activated technologies, they are everywhere. They can be seen everywhere, people are using them. And somehow when there are problems, there are issues, but I guess with the arrival of artificial intelligence, things will change and will change massively, and that will also play critical role, important role in terms of how we behave, how we react to our mobile phones, and how mobile phones adopt to us. You know, so I mean, we all know that mobile phones are not like a dead kind of a tool in your hand. It is a very much active device. It can hear you, it can see you, it can feel you. So it's a very powerful device. It could be in your bedroom, it could be anywhere in your pocket. Wherever you are, it's with you. It guides you. It does wonderful things. So with the help of let's say a personal assistant like Siri, you could do whatever you want. And now if we can say, if the Siri wasn't advanced enough 5 years ago, it is now. And who knows what she will be in the next 5 years. So she could be smarter than you, maybe she could even like I mean tell you what you are thinking already. You have told Siri. Who knows. you know so the way the world is going, and the way with the arrival of artificial intelligence, I guess things are going to change, and they're going to change forever. And we will see amazing developments in the next coming years. I guess it's going to happen. Yeah. So let's see. I mean, sky is the limit, without a doubt. And how things are going to go, and how things will happen, we don't know. In terms of my understanding is that Siri can be a smart, assistant. She can be really with us, and she's going to be with us without a doubt. It is going to happen. Yeah. Let's keep moving here and see where we are now. Okay, now in terms of like, I mean, you might have heard about things like BlackBerry. They also started to come up with these ideas 3 years ago, and but really, BlackBerry didn't get off very well. But other technologies were dominant, were better than BlackBerry, so BlackBerry just got, I mean, that it didn't go that far, Now the new generation doesn't even know what BlackBerry is, So smart technologies from Google and from Apple, they have made a big difference, without a doubt. Yeah, I will say that is. I mean, you guys are the judge, You all use mobile phones, Google phones, and whatever phones, iPhones, and you can tell them that those technologies are far, far better than probably in my times when I was as young as you. I used BlackBerry, I used other phones as well, but of course, that was old days, But things have changed and things are changing very fast, Even something, a 5 years old phone or technology is considered now somehow obsolete or, yeah, it's happening. And then, I mean, whether you agree or you don't agree, but it is a reality, See, like, these quick developments are marginalizing the current technology so quickly that we are finding hard to keep up with the pace, Yeah, everyone is finding, it's not just some people, So no matter whichever way you see, technology is making a really a big difference into our lives, So well, anyway, so we have been discussing about the importance of speech recognition into our daily lives, that how like we can make computers to talk to us, how can we talk to computers, without typing something. And as I have so far explained to you, that the technology in the last 20 years has slowly but steadily improved, progressed. It has happened, the improvement is there, and this improvement will definitely continue to be felt, will continue to be seen in the years to come. Yeah, it's happening. Okay, now some more information here, guys. They have shown of some of the here. um, we are looking at some different technologies here. Mobile devices actually are like they are actually the heart and soul, or I will say they are the center of modern technology. A lot of people are, instead of using their computers or laptops or desktop, they are using their mobile phones. And people like technology companies, they know that the importance of mobile phones. So most mobile phones are now, they have become the hub of any experiment. Like if you look at Google now, Cortana, Hound, all these are technologies, or Siri from Apple, they all are technologies, they are being developed, and they are there, So, and each day, companies are collecting feedback data, which shows where the errors are taking place, where the inconsistencies are, and how those errors and inconsistencies can be corrected, can be removed in the years to come. And it is happening, So whether it's kind of, I mean, I will say you all have used, I'm sure, Google technology, Apple technology. These are the two, actually, I will say, I mean, heart and soul of technology, in today's world. Without a doubt, these two companies are investing tons of dollars and time and efforts, and and the money which is going into the research process is just mind-boggling. So I mean, you see them wherever, they will be seen everywhere. Now they can be seen into our cars now. Now all the cars are mobile, your mobile phone, connected, so you can quickly connect your mobile phone to your car. All cars have features of mobile phones of, let's say, Google, Android, and Apple. Yeah, it's happening, guys. So I will say, in terms of the development we are seeing, these things are definitely taking place now. So I mean, you could now talk to your machine. I mean, like, I mean, your car. This is happening. Some cars are so smart, and they've got features in which you can talk to your car. You can tell the car which song to select and which song to play. you know. It's all happening, you know. So it's without the hands. If you are driving, of course, while you are driving, you cannot focus, other than driving, less can cause accident. So but you can talk, and that is what is happening, you know. So it's really and quite interesting the way the technology is moving and the way we are seeing it. And it's nice to see, how far we have come, from where we used to be in the last 20, 30 years, and now where we are. It's a big difference. And I will say it's kind of something, oh, we need to be thankful to these companies, it's all they are doing for us. And it's kind of, the background of all this is that the speech recognition technology, like you are able to say something to your machine, whether if you are using a mobile phone or if you are using, like a car, audio system where you can give some kind of a selection of a song which you want to play, and it's all happening, and I guess the days are not far. I mean, those technologies have already come into our lives with especially with the advent of Internet of Things, IoT. This is what I'm talking about. You will see more things will be easily is speech recognizable, and they will be with us, and we will only require to say something, and that something will be then done by that machine, whatever we are saying to. And it is, I mean, I guess kind of a the focus they have at the moment, to make these technologies, especially the speech recognition, for everyone. So it might provide, this is how I am seeing, it might provide each person like their own personal digital assistant with the help of a phone, where each person, since like as I said to you before, we all have, if we are talking about English language, suppose, so we all have different accents. Someone's accent is Australian, someone's accent is American, someone's accent is from India, from somewhere else, and somehow their focus is that no matter or what type of accent you have, it will provide you kind of a personalized service, which in which you will not feel say, oh, I'm out of action because my accent is not American, so I cannot use it. This is not the game. This is not what they are thinking. What they are thinking is complete inclusivity, that you are completely inclusive to us, and we're talking about here. And this inclusivity will play an important role for every user, no matter who you are, which background you come from, and in which accent you speak your language. You will be able to use that technology, without any hassle. Yeah, that's what the future plan is, and I guess it's what we're going to see, you know. So anyway, I've given you some kind of a, future, overview. Well, let's see how it happens. Okay, more things, guys, in terms of designing spoken interaction. Of course, if we can talk about kind of a life cycle, initiation, knowing what to say, recognition errors, correction errors, mapping to possible actions, feedback, and dialogues. There are a lot of things, which need to be, addressed in terms of how this technology can be improved. Specialists, designers who are working on this technology, their job is to make sure that this is what is happening. That they are there, they are doing their best to make sure that this is what is happening. And I guess it's kind of an important milestone which we are seeing, and in our lifetimes, I'm sure we are going to see extraordinary developments. It's all going to be remarkable in terms of that we will be able to talk to our machines, and the machines will be able to respond exactly what you are asking them to do. So this is kind of like a big breakthrough is emerging right in front of our eyes. We are seeing a lot of developments, but this is, I will say, one of the remarkable developments which we are seeing into our lives, especially in terms of how we use the technology, how we interact with the technology. And that technology is useful, you know. And I guess let's see what happens. Who knows what can happen at this stage. This is what we are seeing, what's happening, and it's quite good, you know, that it's one of the areas, which I mean, I think in the last 20 years, this technology is not new. It was designed nearly more than 20 years ago, I will say around 2000, but it never got better somehow. It's, because what you want is 100% accuracy, what you want is 100% error free. This is what the goal is. For some technologies they need to be, if they are not 100% accurate, if they are not 100% error free, then you might not like them and they might lose the appeal. But somehow, as I said to you before, there has been a slow but steady growth, steady development, which we are seeing over the last 10 years, where some companies have devoted a lot of efforts and their investment is now paying off. So, well, this is what it looks like. Anyway, keep moving to our next slide here. Okay, now, okay, in terms of designing spoken interaction, we are talking about correcting a word during dictation using Nuance Dragon, which is one of the service like softwares. After saying correct finish, the word is a elected. Sorry, the word is selected, and possible corrections are displayed in a menu, along with additional commands such as spell that. So you can use the cursor, arrow keys, or voice to specify that choice. So in the background, we're talking about here, the software is playing, is correcting errors, So, I mean, if in some cases, you might, as I said to you, still the dream of achieving 100% accuracy, still it is, let's say, in the pipeline. It is still not possible that we are achieving that, but somehow it is showing that the hard work which is being done by these specialists, that needs to be uh, commended, that needs to be encouraged, and sooner or later, as I said to you, many things which we have seen into our lifetimes, which looked difficult, which looked cumbersome, but now they are being made easy, like easy to implement, easy to use, and that's what the goal is. This is what it's all about, how we're achieving that goal. Well, let's move on here as well. And we're going to talk about some more examples here. Okay, in this example, when the user said search the web for Glacier National Park, let's suppose if you're talking to that, Google search was launched and the search executed with the correct terms. But when the user said do a web search for Glacier National Park, the text was indeed accurately recognized, but not as a command. So the text was placed in the Nuance Dragon dictation box. So this is kind of, I'm showing you the background here. So when you are talking to your machine, well, let's when you are talking to Google to search for something, your, let's say your selection of words plays a big role. Like, I mean, as I said to you before, people who live in America, they use English differently compared to people who live in Australia or who live in UK or New Zealand, So they might be all English speaking countries, but the way they talk to machine, the way they talk in their daily lives is different. So Australian daily life English is compared to America is different. The way they speak is different. The way we speak is different, and that can create a kind of a problem and difficulty for Nonce Dragon, which is software which is working behind the scene to recognize the words as they are spoken. So it can create problem, So like if you want to try yourself something at home, you can, and you might find sometime different search results, you know. So yeah, I mean, do a web search compared to search can create some kind of inconsistency, some kind of like say difficulty for Nuance Dragon, So well, who knows? As I said to you before, that in the next few years, how technology will jump and from where it will go to, maybe even a better version, a correct version. Let's Who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, guys, some more information here, guys. A small subset of the rich set of commands used in the nuanced dragon speech recognition system. Synonyms are included and used consistently. So, guys, this is, as you can see here, there's a lot of things are happening here. We don't see that, like, I mean, you might say something, but I mean, they all include, every possibility is included here, that what might mean it. If you are saying something, so it's a lot of hard work goes in the in the background. So, well, this is what it is. Speech production, guys. There's another important technology here. We are talking about here speech technology, which is usually successful when the messages are simple and short, and users' visual channels are overloaded. There are three general methods to produce speech: formant synthesis, uh, concatenated synthesis, canned speech. So these are complex technologies which basically focus on improvement in speech production. So as we all understand, we all agree, people speak differently, and if the messages are longer, it can create problem. So for speech production to work, it is important the messages should be simple, easy, and yeah, I mean, you can't just use long sentences which can create difficulty uh, for the engine to recognize and respond. So in that case, we will see what happens. Anyway, some of the examples, guys, here: audiobooks or audio tours, online help systems, applications for the visually impaired. So there are a lot of things, guys. This is all happening. And these are key areas where these technologies are being used. And yeah, and we can see, especially online help systems now, they are playing an important role as well. Now, imagine with the arrival of AI, how things are going to change. I'm sure this book was written well before AI was launched, but you will see the AI technology, which is the artificial intelligence technology, it is going to take over. I think it will probably leave other technologies behind, and let's see what happens. Like, I mean, future is looking bright, and my understanding is, there's definitely a rosy future in terms of speech recognition, in terms of these things. Like, we are experiencing big changes, and these big changes will be seen, will be felt in next few years time. Yeah. So when AI fully integrates into our computer systems, into our daily lives, you will see definitely clear changes, like and palpable changes. That's what I'm seeing here. Well, anyway, guys, we keep moving here. Okay, human language technology, guys. We all know that, machines that understand natural languages. Natural languages interaction is one example. Its applications and methods include question answering strategies, human language text generation, language translators, which are, we all know that Google Translator is one of the very effective services as well. So we are seeing a lot of things happening in different directions, and a lot of work is being done here. So it's one area where a lot of energies and investment is being done, and we are seeing positive results. So yeah, I mean, especially Google Translate, what it was say 5 years ago is much better what it is now. Those who are using it, they are recognizing that it is something very good now what it used to be. So, well, guys, we're nearly there. uh, so excuse me. So stay with me for a few more minutes, and I'm going to show you. Okay, now human language technology using the immersive naval officer training system, with new officers can practice their counseling skills in a virtual reality environment. So a lot of things are happening. So especially virtual reality environment is also an efficient one, a very powerful one. A lot of organizations which can afford, they are using it. American Navy definitely, US Navy is definitely a rich organization, they can afford. So they have employed these services. So with the deployment of this new technology, they can train their officers, practice their counseling skills, which is really good. you know so yeah, I mean, it's kind of quite okay. Now this is another example is that you might have seen before. Google showing a sentence translated from English to, from French to English, Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what is happening, It's very good, So we all have used Google Translator, and it's one of the very good services as well, So it shows another milestone in computer science development. This is where we live in a world which is shrinking day by day, Now we can learn English, we can learn French, we can learn other languages, we can translate all those languages, It makes life easier, Imagine with few hits of the computer keyboard, what can be done? That what it shows the power of our computer technology. What we have come from where to where we are going. It's really a powerful idea. It is. I will say that. So well, it's what we can say. Welcome to our computer world. So technology is like sky has no limit. Yeah, or maybe sky is the limit. I don't know what to say here. I mean, well, anyway, command languages are often preferred by expert users who do not want to drag and drop items for repeated steps. So for this, some of the examples which can actually behave like command languages. Maybe your URLs can be seen in a form of a command language, Twitter addresses, database query languages. There are a lot of things happening as well, So command languages are also playing a central role here as well, So which is very good to see, in that regard here. Okay. Now some of the things which I want to show you here. Using the Sublime Text Editor is one of the editors we also use in our HTML classes. User is doing a search and replace in a data table using regular expressions. If you type inverted commas backslash t dot and police in the search box, search for the tab followed by a zero or more character or a space, and then you can try by typing police. So the main things are happening. So a lot of things can happen as well. So command languages also do play an important role too. Yeah. Okay, guys, now in today's class, we have summarized some of the points from today's class, discuss some of the real life examples of expressed human and command languages. I will say to you, try things with your mobile phones. You will find, really wonders, what kind of, developments have been done. I mean, it will baffle you. I will say that, it's definitely, it is something we are seeing how things are happening as well. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your listening to my lecture of week 6, and I will be with more lectures in the coming days. Thank you very much. If you have any question, please feel free to ask in the classroom. That's where we in our lecture class we will focus on that. So for the time being, I will say goodbye to everyone, and let's say what can be done in coming days. Yeah. So we've got our um, um, uh, tutorial class, which will be after this class. And I hope if you have something, you can ask me. That's fine. Yeah. Thank you very much.